Good morning. Good morning. It looks like I might be live, but it's also spinning. Oh, there we go. I think we're live now. So good. I'm so excited to be able to um, have this opportunity to share this information with you. I'm really excited today. And for several reasons. So, one of the reasons is simply because I get to come on here and share with you some of my favorite information, some of the things that, some of the ways that I love to do the oils best. And so, um, I'm also excited because I'm going live on my computer, which this is not something I'm good at or haven't been able to do this in the past. And so I've been having a little bit of more of a friendly relationship with my computer. So I decided to try this again today. And oh, good morning. I see some people are on here with me. Good morning, Dwayne. Good morning, Janie. And thank you so much for joining me. And if you could also share where you're from. I know there's going to be quite a few people on here that I've added in that haven't been here before. So I'll just remind you to go to the files section at the top of the Facebook page and click on the only file that's in there right now, which is the free kit and the free information to download for doing the gratitude or not for doing the gratitude series, but for doing the Monday morning mindsets where you can get your information from there and download that. So, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. And so, one of the reasons I'm excited, like I said, is simply because I love this information and I get to share it. And it's been one of the things that's been the most helpful, most beneficial ways for me to use the oils that really changed and transformed my life the fastest. And it was even so subtle that I wasn't even aware of what was happening. And then as I learned more about the oils, it's like, oh my goodness, this is the most amazing thing and needs to be shared. And the other thing I'm really excited about is that you're here with me and that I get to share it with you. And another thing I'm really excited about is that um, I've been working with I don't know, social media guru, I guess, who's been helping me do a lot of this stuff, Katie. And so Katie has also been helping me, and well, she's been doing for me a membership site where all of my information can be shared in like a really easy format, all in one place where you can just access it with a click of a button, and so that it can be available to so many more people, and you don't have to scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll way down in a feed to find something. Or it's so easy. So I'm so excited that we're going to be launching that today. So later on, we're going to be announcing that. So super, super excited to be doing that today. And so what are we doing? We're going to be talking about, okay, so I'm so glad some more people are hopping on. Good morning, Brenda. Oh, your Facebook Live with you. Thanks. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy that you joined us today. Thank you for that. And if you could humor me a little bit and just put in where you're from. So when I'm going back through, I won't be able to read all of the posts on here because the feed seems to be so much slower on the computer than it does just on like on my iPhone or my iPad. So I might miss a lot of your comments, but if you could put where you're from so that when I go back and read through the comments, I can see that and communicate with you that way. Thank you so much for doing that. So, what we're going to be talking about today is the emotional aspects of our beloved um, premium starter kit with essential oils. And as you know, it comes inside like this back here that we have. And so, most of or a lot of the oils in this kit used to be called the everyday oil kit, and we still can get the everyday oil kit. There's a reason why they're called everyday oils. I wonder if you can guess. Excuse me. I wonder if you can guess what that reason is. Um, I'd love for you to write in the comment if you know why they're called everyday oil kits. Write in the comment why you think that is. I'd love to read your comments. Um, and it's really quite simple, isn't it? They're called everyday oils because it's really good for us to use them every day. And there's so many ways that we can use them every day. So we've been taught lots about how to use them, and most often our oils are labeled aromatic or topical, and um, so we're not going to go beyond what the label says, because it's really important that we talk about our essential oils according to the label. And also, some of them in our kits now are labeled plus oils. In Canada, they're labeled plus oils, and in the US, they're labeled vitality, and so those are food flavoring oils. And so we're really, really grateful for that. Good morning, Lori. Wonderful to have you on here. Great to see you. And so that I know that I'm not alone, I don't know if you can make some comments, or give me some thumbs up or something, so that I know that I'm not talking only to myself. That would be wonderful. Thank you for that. And so the very first oil that I'm going to talk about is lemon. And the reason that I'm going to talk about lemon first is because lemon was my introduction to essential oils. And lemon is what changed everything for me. And so how we're going to use these oils today is, I hope you brought your kits with you and you brought your oils with you, because then you can also be smelling these oils. But just take a drop in your hand, rub gently, just smooth it together, and then take a deep inhalation of the oil. And so there's two ways that when we're being introduced to essential oils, the best way to introduce yourself emotionally, and also so that it'll integrate in your brain, is just simply start at at your navel and just swirl it up to your nose, and then pass it under the nose, left to right, and then right to left. But once we've been more used to the essential oils, just to simply smell it deeply and then inhale it at the top. When you inhale it, you hold it at the top note, so that it integrates the left and the right brain together, and really allows you to take that deep into the limbic system and let it disperse through your body. And so emotionally, a lemon is a really good oil to start with as well, because lemon helps you to eliminate mental clutter. It helps you with indecision and uncertainty. And when you're at a place where there's so many choices and there's so many options and you're not sure what to do, and spend some time with lemon and just allow it to clear out that mental clutter. Or sometimes we have so many things to do and so many jobs on our list. We make a list a mile long, and we want to get it done today. Or maybe nobody else is like me in that you want it done today, everything, or yesterday. And so you get this sort of I call it mental agitation. So there's this, do this first, no, do this first, do this first. And you end up getting very little done. So just lemon helps us with indecision and uncertainty, and promotes clear thinking. Ah, the best. It's the best. So think about situations in your life where you're uncertain, or situations where you really really want to make the right decision, but you're not sure which one to make. And then go ahead and get out your lemon, just like I did. Just take a drop in your hand, gently smooth your hands together in a clockwise motion. So you're not rubbing it in, but you're just smoothing it so it doesn't run. And then deeply inhale that and enjoy that fragrance, and just hold it at the top note. Do that several times, and then think about your decision. So don't think about it while you're doing the inhalation, but just simply enjoy the inhalation, enjoy the fragrance, let it go in deep, and then think again about your decision. And see how much easier it is, see how much clearer you are, see how much easier it is to make the decision and feel confident in that decision making. So eliminate the mental clutter, and that's what lemon is so good for. And so today I'm going to be talking about the oils in the Canadian PSK, because those are the ones that are I'm supposed to talk about, really. Because I'm in Canada and that's the kit that we have in Canada. And most of them are the same, and also some of the times they change a little bit, but these are the ones that are most often in the kit. And so the next oil I'm going to talk about is peppermint. And in the Canadian kits, you'll notice that we have these child-proof caps on them. Um, I really dislike these caps. They're so hard to use. So I'm always replacing them just with ordinary caps from other bottles. So if any of you don't like these adult proof caps that are supposed to be called child proof, they're on most of the Canadian oils. So the next oil I want to talk about is peppermint. And peppermint and lemon are a great combination. And one of the ways that I love to use peppermint actually is just in, putting a drop in the bottom of a cup and then pouring in nice warm water that's not boiling, but just at the temperature you like to drink. And then you get that nice peppermint steam in your face. And one of the reasons that I like to do it that way is because peppermint is also so clearing for your mind. And peppermint also helps to eliminate indecision. So as a combination, they're really, really good. And peppermint also helps to eliminate uncertainty. And it's because it brings so much oxygen to your brain. It really eliminates mental agitation. When have you ever heard of the comment of that, somebody's hot-headed or that you're you get really heated over an argumentative situation, and you get all agitated about that. Well, you know what? Peppermint will cool you down. So that emotional flare up of just being angry and annoyed and frustrated and heated up emotionally, peppermint's going to help you with that. And it really promotes clear thinking. So there's many studies done on both lemon and peppermint that you could go and do your own research. And I always tell people, don't believe anything I say. Do your own research, prove it for yourself. And so you can research this, and you can pull up lots of studies where, just simply diffusing peppermint is going to help you with clearer thinking. It increases test scores and helps you remember better. But emotionally, it really helps you to eliminate that feeling of emotional overwhelm, or the overwhelm of learning, or it's just like, man, I just can't take in one more thing. And your brain feels like it's saturated with information. You're not going to be able to remember one thing. Clear yourself with peppermint and open up that space so you have lots of room to learn. And so I'm just going to take a drop of peppermint again and just smooth it into my hand. So peppermint is a really, really good oil to just, again, we want to remember everything that we hear today. So we're going to use peppermint and lemon at the beginning so we can remember more of what we're learning, and we can eliminate that feeling of emotional overwhelm of learning and having so much information shared. And promote clear thinking and eliminate that mental indecision and uncertainty, mental agitation. I don't know if you've ever experienced that. I have. And it's really good to eliminate it and get rid of it. And so then the next combination I'm going to share with you is frankincense and lavender. And these are two oils also that really work well as companion oils. And let's start with lavender. Lavender is considered the mother of all oils. Good morning, Gina. I'm really glad to see you on here. I would love it if this feed could go faster and I could see that there's more people on here. It looks like there's quite a few people and yet there's no comments. So I don't know if it's working or not working, but anyway, thank you so much for being here. And this is going to be up live because it is alive, and we're going to leave it live for 48 hours. So enjoy it and make sure that you get to use this information. And then also, um, it will be taken down after 48 hours, but it will be available in the membership site. So I'm so excited about the membership site and being able to have all of this information in one place for you. Oh, there's no good morning, Katie. So we're so excited to learn. Well, thank you. I'm so excited to share this information. And yes, thank you so much for your comments. Really appreciate it. And that you're putting in there. Brenda from Brampton, Ontario, Canada. Oh, lovely. So I'm in Nova Scotia right now. So we're close by. So great to see you. So lavender is the next oil that we're going to use. And lavender is often referred to as the mother of all oils. And so it has that energetic attraction of Mother Nature and nurturing and just comforting and soothing and reassuring, all of the things that we would associate with mother or a mother or the mother energy. And so it also coincides with the feminine energy, which coincides with the left side of the body. And so think about, this, how that every physical ailment has an emotional companion. So every symptom, in other words, every symptom of something that's going on in our body has an emotional relationship, or as we are taught in our consulting with Proctor Gallagher, the Proctor Gallagher Institute, is that our body is the instrument of our mind. It's another way of saying the same thing, that whatever is manifesting in our body originates in our thinking. And we know this on certain levels. We know this on levels where we're familiar with it, where, we get bad news and it's like immediately we feel sick, or it gives us a knot in our gut, or, we respond to certain situations and we can feel, because of a fear, like all the hair stands up in the back of our neck or something. We know this in that level of where we've experienced it, yet maybe we don't really compute it in the same way. And so it's really good to understand this in a deeper level and be able to use our thinking to promote our well-being. And the essential oils transport thought. So when we're using our essential oils, they're going to help us with our thinking. They're not going to make us think correctly, but they're going to help us with our thinking. And so I love this aspect of the essential oils. In fact, for me, it's the most important aspect of the essential oils. We get so carried away with wanting to know how to use them and what to use them for. And, even we want like protocols of how to use it for this or how to use it for that. But, the most important thing is that we have correct thinking. And when we have the correct perspective and we think about things in the right way, everything changes, including our bodies and ourselves and our health. So let's really, really get to understand better this aspect of using the oils to help us think correctly or think in ways that are going to support us. And so lavender, lavender, the mother of all oils, and to do with the left side of the body, the feminine energy. So if you have something going on, in your left shoulder, for example, you could get some clues about what you're thinking and use lavender to open up your thinking, where is it that you need to be nurtured or comforted or reassured, because that's the energy of lavender, and that's how we use it in a way that it's peaceful, it's calm, it's reassuring, it's comforting. And so when you need to comfort yourself in some situations, lavender can support you in having those nurturing feelings. And like I said, they're not going to create the thought, but they're going to help you with the thought or the desire that you're seeking to create. And then frankincense. Frankincense is considered the father of all oils, and so it has the masculine energy. And energetically, that coincides with the right side of the body. And I hope that you got some insights in this while we're talking about this. Um, Cindy from Bend, Oregon, so nice to have you on here. Thank you so much, Cindy Miracle. And Jan, it's just so lovely to see you on here. I just want to read your comments and see what you're saying. And that, wish they would come up really fast. Oh, David Green, it's the evening, yes, not morning, from Spearwood, Australia. Yes, that's right. I forget sometimes, David, that um, everybody isn't in my time zone, but we're spanning the world, and that's why it's so delightful for you to say where you're from, because it's like morning here, it's nighttime, it's evening there, and so we're all together learning this wonderful stuff. So thank you for being here, David, and it's lovely to see you here. So frankincense, the father of all oils, and the masculine energy coinciding with the right side of the body. Um, and so frankincense is very, very emotionally uplifting, and it really helps us to get really clear. Helps us to get really, really clear, and helps us to, well, frankincense is an oil that helps us to focus without distraction. So it eliminates distractions, not in our exterior world, but in our thinking, in our thoughts, in, have you ever, have you ever went to meditate? And we just have these thoughts popping in, popping in, popping in from everywhere. And it's like, boom, boom, where did that come from? Well, guess what? That's what frankincense helps you to do. It helps to get rid of those distractions and helps you just to clear and to focus on what it is that you need to focus on. And sometimes it's being quiet. Sometimes it's receiving. Sometimes if we can just eliminate all that emotional, mental clutter and get really clear, frankincense can help you do that. Ah. Isn't this something that all of us would like? I'm sure that all of you, I'm sure I'm not the only one that you go to be quiet and meditate and you just have all these pop, pop, pop thoughts coming in from everywhere. Man, I just love frankincense and how much it helps you simply to clear and focus and be able to download information without all those distractions. Love this oil for that. Love it for many things, but the emotional aspect of it, just being so, um, how you have energetic thinking or you have sluggish thinking, and we know that in our body that we can feel really energetic or we can feel sluggish. What a concept that actually comes from sluggish thinking. We feel sluggish because we're thinking sluggishly. Why not just clear out our brains with some peppermint and frankincense, or using these oils in combination to lift us up so that we're really on track, we're really focused. We not only know what we're doing, but we know why we're doing it, and we get so much more done. Okay, so let's go. So those oils that we've used now, the peppermint, the lemon, the lavender, and frankincense have all been single oils. And in our kit, we have one more single oil, and that's Copaiba. And so this is an Ecuadorian oil. And oh man, it's delightful. It's a very, very, very soft, gentle fragrance. And it's just so soft and so gentle in its aroma. And so what does that tell you about Copaiba? It's responds softly in our body. And Copaiba, if you look at the chemical properties of Copaiba, it has a lot of properties in it that are considered anti-inflammatory. And so Copaiba is an oil that really helps us, like if you're rubbed the wrong way, you're feeling, have you ever used that expression, or something just rubs you the wrong way? Well, it causes friction. And so if there's friction, then there's inflammation in our thinking. I'm not talking about in our body, I'm talking about in our thinking. So if we have irritated thoughts, and then there's going to be friction in our mind, which will manifest in our body. Delightful oil. How about, have you ever used that expression that, oh, that really grates on my nerves? Really? Do you want that outcome in your body? Um, because our body responds to our words and our thoughts. And so if we're thinking that really grates on my nerves, or even if we're saying that, that's not an expression that's going to give us a good result, either exterior or interior. And so um, inhaling Copaiba and getting that into your into the all of the nerve molecules, nerve endings in your brain, goes right in the nose into the limbic system, and seriously, it's going to help us make a better choice um, than having something rub us the wrong way or grate on our nerves, or those expressions. How about if I'd love to hear your comment. If you have an expression, something like this, or if you identify with these expressions, um, write it in the comments so I can read them later. I would love to hear what your comments are. And if you have expressions that that you use, or that you just thought of that you use, that are not empowering you, that they're not going to give you the outcomes in your life that are to your highest choice. So Copaiba helps you to turn the other cheek, so to speak, to think the other thought, to see the other side of the thought. And so instead of feeling the friction of the thought, or there's conflictual relationships where, man, I think you all know what I mean. Where there's a conflictual relationship, maybe in your home, maybe in your office, maybe in the workplace, maybe even at the grocery store, wherever. And wouldn't it be wonderful just to be able to have the ability to just change your thought and not allow this friction thinking to be part of you, but to instantly be able to make a better choice? And so the beautiful thing about the essential oils too is they trigger memory. And so when you're in a situation, if you're in the habit of using your essential oils, and those of you who are listening who are avid users of your essential oils on a daily regular basis, and you have certain oils, you know that throughout your day the thought is triggered because of the oil, and you are in a calmer space, you're more clear, you're more centered, it helps you to make better choices. And is it because that you applied the oil topically and it helps you that way? Well, maybe it does, but more than that, it helps you with your thinking. And when you have right thinking, everything is better. Oh, so a few more comments popped in. Good morning, Dawn. Dawn is my neighbor in the beautiful Annapolis Valley. Like, yes, you are. I'm so happy that you're here. I can feel all your energies. It's so wonderful. And Denise Bayless from Oregon. Oh, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I know that there's more people on here than the few comments that are coming up, and someday I hope that I learn better how to raise up the comments faster. But thank you for being here, and I love seeing your comments, and I'm so looking forward to going through them afterwards. So Copaiba helps you in making choices that don't end up causing friction in your life, and hence friction in your body. So having that harmonious thinking without conflict. Sometimes we even have the debates going on in our own head. Should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? Oh, maybe go this way or maybe go that way. And those decisions that after, it just gets annoying. Have you ever been with somebody, maybe even yourself, who can't make a decision, and after a while it just becomes like annoying, like make a decision or get out, like. And so Copaiba helps us with, so we don't have that friction going on in our head. Things don't rub us the wrong way emotionally. So that's Copaiba. And then the next oil, that's all of the single oils that we have in our kit, in the Canadian kit. So now we're going to go to some of the blends. And I'm going to do my favorite blend first. Actually, I did forget one of the single oils, but I'm going to do it last because it is an extra oil in the kit, and it's a favorite that we do not want to forget about. So my favorite blend, I don't even know if it's my favorite blend, but it's a blend that I used first that basically I say it saved my life, and it's called Digestion. And so Digestion has a very pungent aroma. Um, it's very, to me, it's absolutely delightful. And part of the reason it's delightful, of course, is because the memory that I have associated with it and because of how much it helped me. But it helped me with digestion. And that's what Digestion stands for, is to digest. And so think about emotionally things that get you in the gut, or you talk about something that bugs you, or you talk about something that gives you knots in your stomach, and you have these types of expressions. Well, where that feeling in your body starts is how you think about it. And so if you have expressions like that, and if you do, I would love it if you'd write in the comments, if you could write in the comments of how expressions that you know that you have that you would be better off if you eliminated, or maybe ones that you had in the past, or maybe ones that you hear people in your household say, or people in your neighborhood, or people in your peer group. You hear them say them, and maybe it sounds like a cool expression or it's a fun thing to say, but remember that our words have energy, and that they're going to draw to us that very same worded expression that we're saying. So Digestion helps to also eliminate mental indecision, and it has, if we're talking about something that bugs us, well, that's the energy and frequency of parasites, which really isn't our highest choice. And so using Digestion helped me and helps us emotionally to be solution oriented. And it helps us to keep a really good attitude, especially to those situations where we have the worded expression about, something bugging us, or something, giving you a knot in the stomach, or those kinds of expressions that that you have or use. And so Digestion really helps us to see past the problem to the solution. And that's a wonderful thing, would you not say? So many times we get focused on the problem, and we're so focused on the problem that we fail to see the solution. To be able to see past the problem, to see the solution, that's a good choice. If you agree with me, write in the comments, I agree, that's a good choice. Oh, it's absolutely, I love this oil, absolutely love it. And so you're going to notice if you smell this oil, and it's one of those, ugh. And this is the same emotionally with any oil. Oils seek to bring to alignment and balance. So if you're way out in left field one way or the other way, the oils will try to attempt to bring you to balance, because emotionally they're aligning. And so if you smell this oil and it's like, ugh, then think about the expressions that go along with that. Say that, oh, that makes me vomit. How many times in life do you face situations that make you feel that way? And it's not the situation, it's how you're thinking about it and the memories associated with it that are bringing up the memory, but then it's manifesting in your body. So smell this oil and keep smelling it. You can just bring it down and then bring it back up and smell it and bring it back up. And as you keep doing that and smelling it, it's going to erase the emotional trauma that's locked into your memory cells until it smells sweet and beautiful. And then you're going to stop seeing so many situations that, cause you to feel nauseous or give you that negative feeling of wanting to eject or reject it. So Digestion helps you to see past the problem to focus on the solution. Are these good choices? Are these good ways to look at the oil? Is this something that would help you and benefit you? Just say yes, because I know it is. Okay, so the next oil we're going to go to is Thieves oil. So Thieves is an oil, it's a blend that we know We know, so many of us know what this oil does um, for us in many, many ways, but what does it do emotionally? So emotionally, the oil of thieves gives us security. This is an oil that I never travel without because it brings in security. It increases confidence. It helps you to feel safe. It helps you to feel protected. It does protect you. This is an oil that is so valuable and so important. In fact, it's so valuable and so important that we have a whole line of products associated with it. Wow. So when you're traveling, especially when you're traveling in a place where you're not familiar with, is it not a good thing to feel protected and to feel safe? And, we were one time in a place where there was a lot of pickpockets. And so before we went out in the street, we just actually put several drops of the oil in their hand and just kind of put it all over our bodies. And um, it's a protection oil. Use these oils emotionally to protect you. And when you feel safe and protected and like you have a shield around you, guess what? You do. You do, and you will. And you're going to be so protected, and that aura and that energy around you is going to be keep you in a safe place. And so, do you see how you think about something creates the energy in your body and in your energy field that manifests exactly that? So if you feel vulnerable and unprotected and you know not safe, even think about that. Feel the difference in your body of feeling like vulnerable and like unprotected and like a target. Um, that makes a different feeling in your body than if you feel like you've got a shield around you that's protecting you and you're safe, and the shield's impenetrable by anything negative. And feel that in your body. Feels so good. So your protection oil, don't go anywhere without these. This is an oil that's going to help you keep safe. And I know a lot of you probably know the story of Thieves and where the oil blend came from. That it was, from those that were robbing and looting the graves and during the bubonic plague were using this blend of oils. It wasn't this blend, but it was the oils in this blend, which is lemon, cinnamon, rosemary, eucalyptus, and what did I miss? Lemon, eucalyptus, cinnamon, rosemary, and I don't know, I forget at the moment. Anyway, write it in the chat, whoever's listening, write it in the chat. I need some more peppermint, right, for clarity. And it was protecting them. It protected them from getting sick during the plague. So it's a protector oil. Emotionally, it will protect you. And so that you're going to have like this awesome thinking that's going to support you in everything that you're doing and every place you're going. And you'll love it. Thieves is a fantastic protection oil. It helps us to have a really good thinking. So then we have Panawe. So Panawe is an oil that helps you with anywhere that there's a lack of comfort in your, you have hurt feelings, you have somebody's ever hurt you, if you've ever had a heartache. What about the everyday, you're starting a business and the everyday irritations or the growing pains of starting a new business, the growing pains of changing in this current society that we're living in. There's growing pains. If we think it's going back to what it was before, it ain't ever happening. And there's change that's taking place. And sometimes with change, there's growing pains. There's things that we have to change in how we do things. Use Panawe to help you with those emotional growing pains, those emotionally hurtful feelings. I still have Thieves on my hand. I'm just going to let that soak in for a minute. Even sometimes we see our neighbors or we see our family or we see our friends in hurtful situations. I just see that Katie posted the link to the new membership site. I'm so thankful for that. I'm so excited for that. Thank you so much, Katie. This is something that's such a thrill for me to be able to provide because I feel like I have done so many trainings and so many classes and given so much education over the years, but it's just all gone. It's nowhere. Because I never saved it. And now Katie's helping me save it and keep it all in one place where everybody can have access to it. I'm so excited about that. Thank you so much, Katie. Okay, so now let's do Panawe. Um, Panawe is actually an oil I even use in association and relationship with what I was saying, that all my information, I just felt like it was lost because I've taught and taught and taught, but never saved it. And so, I had a lot of feelings of remorse over that. And so when you have those feelings of remorse, of loss, and or you know, the pain of lost opportunity, basically, that's what that is. So Panawe helps you with that emotional pain, that emotional loss. Oh, such a beautiful oil. Sometimes we make rash decisions or harsh decisions, or um, sometimes we're harshly judged or feel that way. All these feelings that are not positive feelings, but they actually feel hurtful or even harmful. And you know, um, Panawe, use Panawe. Panawe helps us to be able to observe ourselves and others without judgment. And so, if you can observe a situation without judgment, that means that you're leaving out all of anything that could be hurtful or anything that is not going to have a positive outcome if you're making these negative, harsh judgments. So, to observe without judgment, use Panawe and use that in dealing with yourself, use that in dealing with so many things. And a really, really good oil that you could use in combination with Panawe that I often talk about. It's not part of the PSK, but it's the oil of joy. Because if you can, it's the other side of the pain. And using your oils this way is fantastic. So I just had to throw that in there because I thought of it at the moment. And oh yeah, Panawe. Then, observe without judgment and let go of all of those feelings that are hurtful to yourself or to others. And most of the time, how it can be if somebody says one negative thing, it just goes over and over and over and over in our thoughts all day long. It would be so lovely just to eliminate that and replace it with positive thinking. So use Panawe to help you eliminate all of that hurtful thinking. And so then we have one more blend in our kit, and that is Purification. Purification. Oh, and I have some more people dropping on here. Thank you so much for being here. Janie, you wrote a nice comment. Copaiba is so soft and gentle. So this is how delayed the comments are. And I am so looking forward to reading the comments because I know I'm missing so much of them. So thank you so much for your comments, for sharing where you're from, for responding to me. And I would love for you also to share your favorite oils. Tell me what your favorite oil in the starter kit is, or the favorite oil that you see from this information that you can use and will be helpful for you in your life. Thank you for this so much. Okay, so Purification. Love this oil. Purification helps us with stinking thinking. Anybody ever have that? You just, the first thought that comes to your mind is, meh, not one that's good. Oh, yes. And so think about using the oils in combination. So you know how I talked about how lemon is so clearing for your mind. So if you're using, say, say we're using purification and like this is how. So, so you got stinking thinking. Let's replace that. Oh, let's do lemon. And it's going to change the smell. It's going to change. And if you breathe in these oils with intention, and combine them together with that, it's going to already purification, the way it smells to me changed. It helps to just eliminate those negative thought patterns that we have, these constant stinking thinking thoughts that just go over and over and over in our brain. And well, energetically, like purification, one of the things that purification does is it helps to keep away insects and pests in our environment. Because they don't like the fragrance. It's got so many odor eating molecules, and the insects and the bugs, they don't really like it. So guess what this does also. It helps to keep away pesky thoughts. It helps us to keep away people that we might view as being pesky in our life, that they're just a little bit of an irritation towards us, or they're always asking for something and we just view them as like they're a pest. Or somebody's always pestering you. So it's not how we respond to these situations isn't about the people, it's about us, because people they're a reflection of us in some way, or we need to learn from them about something in some way. And so if we use these oils, it helps us in our thinking about the situation, so that it's not a frustration to us, or it's not we're not having thoughts that emotionally bring us down and bring us into a place of negativity. So you want to get rid of your stinking thinking about anything, about anybody, about yourself, about somebody else, about a situation in your neighborhood, whatever it is. Let's use purification to get rid of that stinking thinking. I think I need a drop right now. And just use that to help clear and focus, and only focus on what's positive, because what we focus on, what we have to put our attention on, that's what we're going to create more of. And we don't want to focus on stinking thinking, do we? We want to focus on things that are going to be positive and create positive outcomes for ourselves and for those around us. So that's all the main oils in the kit. And then we have one more that I saved to last on purpose, and that's the Northern Lights Black Spruce that's in our kit. And so the Northern Lights Black Spruce, this is a highly anointed oil. So think about the Northern Lights that, all year long they're there, but especially during the times of the harshest season, the harshest cold, the Northern Lights are flashing. And I don't know if you've ever been where the Northern Lights are, if you ever felt the Northern Lights, if you ever heard the Northern Lights. You maybe have seen them, but have you heard them? Have you heard them dancing? Have you heard the rhythm? Have you felt the energy? Well, if you have, you will know what I'm talking about, and you're never the same again. And the trees are anointed with that energy from the heavens and then from the earth. And so this is a very, very special oil with a very, very high vibration that lifts your thinking to a higher plane. It lifts your thinking above the drudgery of life, above the drudgery of the experience that you're in. It helps you to lift you above that, so you can see on a higher plane and feel on a deeper level all that's good. And just think about that energy, that if you were infused with that energy, so it's the energy, it's like it's connecting the heaven and the earth with that vibration. And so if you're feeling disconnected, or if you're feeling that you need connection, or you need connections in your life, for your business, for your relationships, for whatever it is, if you need connection, or if you feel disconnected, you see how that's one side on both sides. So if you're feeling you need connection and you're feeling disconnected, both the opposite sides of the same equation, but you need to bring that together. And so you want to feel connected and in alignment with your purpose and where you're going and what that you would like to do and be doing. the Northern Lights Black Spruce. This is absolutely a fascinating oil. And it's like it makes you stand taller and think higher and bigger and just have it everywhere. um, and so those are a few ideas, not ideas, those are a few aspects of how the oils help us emotionally, and how this kit we have, this amazing everyday oil kit that we know so many uses for. These are a few other uses that are highly empowering, and the more that you use your oils emotionally to help you to be lifted emotionally, the better off you're going to feel, and the more you're going to love it, and the better your life is going to be. So go and use your oils today and have an absolutely amazing day. Um, Make sure that you comment, that you tell me how this has been useful for you. Tell me what your favorite oil is that you use the most, or that you felt that you needed the most today, or this information that can help you. And I'm going to love going and reading your comments, because I know that there's way more than I've seen. And um, I'm going to be, I guess Katie's already shared the membership site. I'd totally love to have you join me in there. I'm going to be adding new content every week in there, and posting so many of my classes that I've taught. So thank you so much for being here today, and have an absolutely amazing day today. Bye.